Nikamwambia mom, kwa nini uniulize ile swali unataka kuniuliza? So my mom is like, what do you mean? What question? I'm like, mom, there's a question I know that is in your iko hapa, but unashindwa kuniuliza. Niulize tu. So I did not know. I came to find out later. So just before the school opened, apparently Abel called my mom. Yes, but when he called my mother, he called my mom to tell her that moving forward, I was going to be his responsibility in terms of school fees.
What?
And everything I needed for school. He did not mention the reason he was doing this
yes.
was because I was pregnant. He did not mention that bit. But he just told my mom, like he feels, huyu msichana amekuwa wangu mom. Si umekubali akuwe wangu. So I want to take care of her school fees and everything that she needs for school going forward. Hey, so mamangu akashtuka kwanza. But you see at this point he's earning.
Yes.
He's in Tahiti High. Na he's doing okay. Na ameanza mpaka behind the scenes like script writing. He's doing camera. He's doing all those things. So he's making some good money. So for him, he felt as in this is now my responsibility. I mean, she can't be pregnant na bado mamake ndiye anamlipia school fees huko.
Yeah, lakini bursary.
Yeah, exactly. There was bursary na hizo vitu zote. But you see,
she'll send you pocket money.
Exactly, yes. But even my mom now from hapo wakafeel, oh, okay, kama kuna mtu anafanya hii kazi na anamsaidia, okay. So this conversation I came to find out a bit later. Mimi sikuwa najua hivyo.
Wow.
Because sasa si mimi na call mom nini kumwambia tunarudi shule nini hizo vitu zote. But Abel ananiambia hapana, usi call mom, kila kitu iko poa, tulishaongea na mom, kila kitu iko sawa. So it's actually my mom who told me kile amefanya. Amesema he's gonna take care of
This is after. Yeah.
And Richie, let me tell you, for the 1.5 years I had in that school, Abel ni alishughulika.
What?
Abel alilipa kila kitu yangu ya shule.
Man.
Like my mom never
your upkeep, your girl things, your like bus fare.
Yes, he took over from my mom.
Wow.
So I go back to school. The good thing about KMC was uendelea tu na shule. Even if you're pregnant, you just continue. But there was an option to defer, which I refused to do. So me, I continue with school. But so we find out I'm pregnant in April. So by the time we are closing for the end of the year, in November, already sasa ball ni kubwa.
Fact.
Oh no, I need to wacha nikurudishe. Kuna mahali nimeruka.
Yeah, even I'm thinking about the stigma that comes with pregnancy at a young age.
And in school.
Exactly. So going back to school pregnant, hata nataka hiyo story.
So
because do you tell anybody? Do you whatever?
Yes. So I had to tell the management and especially my dean of
academia.
Yes, in charge of the film and TV department, because now hao ndio walikuwa my direct wakubwa. So I had to go and tell Madam Judy and Mr. Manyara, hao ndio walikuanga wakubwa wa department yetu ya film. And they were okay. They were like, are you sure you're going to be able to continue with school, like uninterrupted, nini? I was like, yeah, because they actually gave me the option of deferring for 1 year, and then I come back after I had given birth. But mimi na kichwa ngumu yangu, I was like, no. Kwani si ugonjwa? Yes. Ugonjwa, si ugonjwa. So if people get pregnant and they go to work, and they work until the very last minute. So me, I'm going to stick in school and I'm going to do everything I'm supposed to do until dakika ya mwisho. So the good thing, okay, not the good thing. So of course by the time I was going back to school, the kabol ni kadogo. So actually nobody knows.
Yes.
By the time it starts showing, for me, ilikuko around 6 months. But they didn't show for a long time. Actually, people didn't know. Of course, there are a few classmates here and there who who knew.
Yes. Did you tell any of them? Like because that time, or were you're no longer in the dorm with all those girls?
No, now I'm in my own. See now.
Oh yes, you're in
second year.
Yeah.
Unaenda third year, so now you have your own hostel. You have your own room that you share with one more person, but you're not sharing at the bed. It's one door, but the room is split.
Yes.
So kona room kako na mwingine akona room yake inside. Yeah, of course I had told a few of my classmates, especially the ones I was close with, and of course my dorm mate, the hostel mate, nilikuwa nishamwambia. So a few people knew.
Did you get rejection of that?
I don't think so. I didn't feel it.
Oh, you didn't feel it?
Yeah, I didn't feel any sort of rejection from my fellow classmates.
Okay.
Yeah. But of course there was, you remember this guy, now the father of this child. He's the same guy mwenye kila msichana alikuwa anataka hiyo shule.
Yes.
And he was, he was a big time guy in that school. So I think there was that kanini that, oh my God, she's pregnant.
With this guy.
So kulikuwa pia na hiyo. So I honestly didn't feel any sort of rejection or stigma or anything like that.
And your pregnancy doesn't sound like it was difficult.
It wasn't a difficult pregnancy at all.
You're not throwing up, you're not...
I was throwing up in the first...
trimester.
Yes, but just in the first maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks, and then ikaisha. And after that it was smooth all the way. Like I didn't have any problems with my pregnancy. But sasa Richard, the reason I said wacha nikurudishe nyuma is because I said we were working on a plan on how to tell who?
Oh.
My mother. Richie, believe it or not, I went home to tell my mom I was pregnant when I was 6 months along. 6 months along.
May, June, July, August, September, October.
Yes. That is when I went to tell my mom. And I called her like a few days earlier, nikamwambia mom, nataka kuja kukusalimia. She was like, oh, okay. Nikamwambia na nikikuja kukusalimia, kuna mgeni atakuja pia yeye kukusalimia. So she was like, oh, okay, and we planned.
She's probably thinking Abel.
Yes, she's probably thinking Abel. But actually, in this case, I meant him.
Oh, you meant him.
It wasn't even the baby. It was him. Because now this is what we agreed. We agreed because by this time alikuwa ameambia mamake na alikuwa ameambia babake, so they knew. And the conversation was, you have to go and jishtaki. Yes. Ndo wanasemanga. Lazima uende jishtaki huko kwa mama Judy. Lazima uende useme ile makosa umefanya. Ile kitu umefanyia msichana wake. So we planned, and I was gonna go home first, at least be home for like 2 days, tell my mom what has happened. Isikuwa ati anakuja kuisikia from yeye. So I went home, tukapatana na mom. Na imagine, do you know, ita yote naongea na mamangu. Juu sijamwambia nini. Nisimi I assumed ataniona ajue. Hey,
kuna kitu hapa.
Akirichi, let me tell you. I was at home for almost 3 hours and mom hakuwa ameona. Hakuwa anafikiria kuna anything. So even by the time namwambia, because nilimwambia tu tukiwa tu mashughuli hapo jikoni. Oh, sijui tunafanya nini, tunaongea mastori nini. Nikamwambia mom, kwa nini uniulize ile swali unataka kuniuliza? So my mom is like, what do you mean? What question? I'm like, mom, there's a question I know that is in your iko hapa, but unashindwa kuniuliza. Niulize tu. So mama anashanga, swali gani? Mama ananiambia mimi sina swali. I'm like, mom, hakuna swali. Ananiambia no, mimi sina swali. And I could tell by the like kabisa by the hapo. Like what do you mean? And by the nilichukua tu mkono yake. Nikaekelea hapa.
Oh God.
Alishtuka Richie. She was like, what? You pregnant? Nikamwambia yes. Nikamwambia mom, hii time yote nimekuwa hapa hujashikanisha kitu. Akaniambia no. Mimi umeongeza weight. Mimi nafikiria maisha shuleni mzuri. let me tell you,
What?
Hakuwa ameiona, like hakuwa, but you see sometimes when it's the last thing on your mind,
you're not looking for it.
Yeah, you're not looking for it. So inaweza kupita, inaweza kuwa hata unaona, but because it's not hapa, unafikiria tu
ni vile ulienda Eldoret ukakama umeona.
Yes. Naona tu nimeadmit, anasema mimi ni watu nafikiria shule has been good, so you've added a bit of weight. But Richie, let me tell you, my mom's reaction was, it was weird. But no, it was a good reaction. Let me not say it was weird, because she was like, and after that, and she was, you're pregnant, and so tukaongea kama mzee, umesuspect it, akaniambia. The next thing I did was to ask for her forgiveness, because I told her, Mom, I know this is such a disappointment, and before you tell me anything, I just want to say I am very sasa kwa nini nasikia kule surely. And I was like, before you say anything, I just want to tell you that I know I have disappointed you. Like I have greatly disappointed you. And I just want to say I'm sorry. Like I am sorry. I know you've sacrificed a lot for me, and this can't be how I pay you back for all the sacrifices. Richie, do you know she hugged me? And she told me, iyo jina nisiwaisikie imetoka kwa mdomo yako tena. Iyo jina umeshinda ukisema sitaki kusikia imetoka kwa mdomo yako tena. So unashangaa ni jina gani? She said, you are not a disappointment. You have never been a disappointment, and you will never be a disappointment.
Wow.
A child is a blessing from God. Na usiseme hivyo. By the way, actually sasa kunizushia, alikuwa ananizushia because of the words I was using to describe the situation. She was like, a child is a blessing from God. A child is a blessing from God. You should not say that it is a disappointment. Imagine. Your
mom is God sent.
She is. Richie, let me tell you, she is. Because I think I knew my mom.
Yes.
So even by the time I was coming home, the honest truth is, I wasn't worried about what she was going to say.
You were disappointed in yourself.
Yes, because I knew my mother, the mother I have known for all these years, haizi nikashifu. Because I'm pregnant. For some reason, I knew that at the back of my mind. I knew, if anything, she's just going to be happy for me. Even if I feel something totally different. And Richie, let me tell you, of course, the relief that comes with that.
I can imagine.
And then now it actually even helps with the conversation that is coming to happen between him and
Abel.
Between her and Abel. So, because I felt relief. Because nilijua ata Abel, by the time anakuja kujishtaki na nini, there was no hostility, nothing. As in, he was going to find a very good environment for a conversation yake. So the day comes, the day that Abel is supposed to now to, because of course I tell my mom, now you mgeni ni Abel, na amekuja kujishtaki. Yes. So of course I had prepped my mom. She knew what was about to happen. Richie, hiyo siku Abel alikuwa anafaa kukuja nyumbani. He was in Kibirigwi at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Richie.